So I'm all aboard the Amelia Rose and we're about to head out on some whale watching, so hopefully we can spot some whales. Hey everybody, it's Wes here from Travel with Wes, and today we're going whale watching in Iceland with Sea Trips Reykjavik aboard the beautiful Amelia Rose. This is an incredible experience that's easy and convenient to add to any Iceland travel itinerary since it departs centrally from Reykjavik's Old Harbor area. The peak whale watching season in Iceland is typically between June and August, but thanks to Iceland's unique location in the feeding-rich waters of the northern Atlantic, you can spot whales here year-round. My trip to Iceland took place during winter, in the middle of February to be exact, so this video will give you a good idea of what to expect when visiting during the colder months. If you're planning to visit during the summer, just know that your odds of spotting whales should be higher and you won't have to bundle up quite as much as I did. With Sea Trips Reykjavik, there's over a 90% success rate of spotting whales during the summer months, according to the company. And while those odds are a little bit lower in the winter, we still saw a ridiculous amount of humpback whales during our February trip out into the harbor. You can also spot minke whales, dolphins, porpoises, and more in the waters around Reykjavik. We even saw a ton of seabirds and even a couple of seals floating around the harbor waters. When you're planning a whale watching excursion in Iceland, it's important to remember that no operator can guarantee a sighting, so you want to work with an operator that offers some type of compensation if you don't spot any whales. With Sea Trips Reykjavik, if your excursion is unsuccessful, you'll receive a complimentary voucher to attend a future tour that can be used anytime within the next 3 years. The entire whale watching experience with Sea Trips Reykjavik lasts about 3 hours, and during our trip we enjoyed between 1 and 2 hours of really active whale sightings. Since the feeding area is so close to the Reykjavik Old Harbor where the activity departs from, we didn't have to wait very long before we encountered our first humpback whale. In other parts of the world, you might spend hours traveling at sea just to reach the area where the whales are at. Next up, let's talk about some things you'll want to bring on your whale watching trip. If you struggle with motion sickness, don't forget to pack Dramamine or whatever your remedy of choice is. If you don't have any medicine handy, ask one of the people working on the ship and they should be able to provide you with something in the moment. The Amelia Rose has a full bar, which also sells light snacks, so either bring your credit card to make a purchase on board or consider bringing enough water and light snacks to sustain yourself at sea for a few hours. If you have binoculars or a digital camera, be sure to bring that as well, and don't forget to bring a lens that has some zoom on it if you want to take better photos of the whales. For anyone visiting during the winter, be sure to dress in layers so that you can take some off while spending time inside the ship. It can be extremely windy out on the harbor, and you'll want to be outside for 1 or 2 hours on the ship's deck, so you'll need to dress extremely warm. It's a little bit windy out here. Consider bringing your warmest pair of gloves, a couple of pairs of socks, a wool hat, and even things like a neck gaiter, which can be pulled up over your face to protect it from the wind. Sunglasses are great to have too, not just for dealing with glare off the water or snow, but because they can help keep wind off your eyes as well. In a pinch, hand warmers can be super useful too, so don't leave those at home. Luckily, I had on heated gloves and a heated down coat from Venustas, which made hanging out in the cold super easy. If you aren't familiar with heated apparel, I'll include a couple of links to their products, which came in super handy during my 2-week road trip across Iceland. Don't worry if you end up being a little underdressed, because you can always pop in and out of the ship's heated interior as you need to stay warm. You'll definitely want to reserve your space on a whale watching excursion well in advance, because these trips do sell out, especially during the peak summer season. I'll include a link below where you can book your whale watching activity directly with Sea Trips Reykjavik. In the winter, your ship options will usually only consist of the larger vessels, such as the Amelia Rose shown here. Visitors during the summer can also look into rib boat excursions, which are typically more expensive, less comfortable, but they do seat you much closer to the water on smaller boats, which means you get to have a closer experience with the whales. If you do book with Sea Trips Reykjavik, remember that they offer a complimentary shuttle pickup from many areas of Reykjavik. I did not use this service since I was renting a camper van during my visit and drove myself, but I can tell you that parking around Reykjavik is a huge pain. If you're staying in a hotel during your time in Reykjavik, definitely take them up on the free shuttle, since parking around the harbor can be a headache if you drive yourself. I had such an amazing time spending a few hours cruising around the Reykjavik harbor and watching what felt like a never-ending stream of whales in the water. This is one of the most unique experiences you can enjoy during your time in Iceland, and it's something that every visitor should consider adding to their itinerary. Thanks for joining me on today's adventure, and don't forget to check out my other guides for more travel planning resources to make your Iceland trip truly unforgettable. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to Travel with Wes for more exciting travel inspiration just like this. Until next time, safe travels, and thanks for watching.